Hey everyone, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Julian, and we're looking forward to kickstart the spring with our Teen Craft Club.
And in your bags today, you will be provided all the materials you need to create your relaxing bath bombs.
And hand sanitizer.
And you will also be provided with this book, which is They Them Pronouns in celebration of Transgender Day of Visibility, which is on March 31st.
And check out our calendar for events on March 31st celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility.
And as always, we would love to thank the Friends of the Library for supporting our program.
Let's get started.
So in your bag, you will be provided the materials for your bath bomb, which will be a bag of baking soda, a bag of cornstarch, a bag of citric acid, a bag of Epsom salt, and a container with a mixture of coconut oil, essential oils, as well as some food coloring. And you will also be provided a sphere, which is going to be the mold for your bath bomb. And what you're going to be needing from your home is a bowl to mix, as well as a spoon. And we're going to go ahead and get started now. Okay, so to get started, you are provided with a pair of gloves in your kit. You can feel free to use them or not use them. It's not required. So we're going to go ahead and put in all the dry ingredients into the bowl. This is our baking soda. Put that in. We have our cornstarch. Our citric acid. And finally, our Epsom salts. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and give it a mix so that all the dry ingredients are blended well. Okay, so now that my dried ingredients are all mixed, I'm going to go ahead and grab my oil. And again, this has essential oils already in it, and as well as food coloring so that the bath bomb can have some type of color. And so if you see in there, you'll see the clumps of the food coloring. It's a little bit hard to see, but you just want to give this a good swirl so that the food coloring gets a little bit more dispersed. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pour this inside of our dry ingredients. And now we're just going to give it a mix. And so now that your oil is mixed in well with your dry ingredients, what you want to do is you want to grab some of it and just give it a squish. And so the consistency that you're looking for is like wet sand. And so if you see here, if I grab some and just make it into a ball and let it go, it still kind of dissolves really easily. So it's not quite there yet. It's not holding that much of a good form. So what you want to do is you want to add a little bit of water. You want to be very careful to add it slowly and not in a large amount, because then that will cause the citric acid to start to foam up. And then once you actually have your bath bomb and you put it in your water, it's not actually going to fizz. So what you want to do is you're going to have a little container with water. Just stick your fingers in there and just dab and go ahead and start mixing it with your hands. This is why you have your gloves. That way you don't dye your fingers with the actual food dye that's in there. So I'm just going to take out my spoon and I'm just going to give it a mix. And if we zoom in here, when I add the water, you're going to start to see some foaming up. And this is what you want to avoid. So that's why as soon as I put the water in, I'm going to start to mix it. So if you see, I'm going to go ahead and get some water. That foaming starts, and so I want to go ahead and give it a mix. I'm going to do that one more time. And it starts to foam, and we want to start giving it a mix. And so you just want to keep doing that until you get the consistency of wet sand. If I squish it and move it around, it's holding its form. It's breaking a little bit easily still. I'm just going to add a little bit more water. See, now if I tap it, it's holding its form a lot better. So I'm happy with this now. So now what you want to do is you want to grab your mold, and either with your hand or with a spoon, you're just going to go ahead and start scooping your mixture in here. Go ahead and tap that in there. And you want to cup it all the way up to the top. I know it's going to come out at the end, but we want to make it overfill it. That way when you squish both sides to it, you make sure that everything is compact in there in the actual bath bomb. I'm just going to place that in here so it doesn't fall over. Grab the other one. Okay, so now both sides of it like this, and all you want to do is you're going to squish them together. And I'm doing this like wiggling movement. And you want to do that until your sphere closes. And that looks about closed. And so now you're just going to have it in there for about 15 to 30 seconds. The longer it's in there, the better it's going to hold its form. Okay, so now that your bath bomb has been sitting for 30 seconds, what you're going to do is you're just going to open the plastic up. And to do that, you're just going to twist the container very gently. There we go. And pop one side off. And then pop it onto your hand. And we have our bath bomb. So you're just going to go ahead and set that down. You want to keep this sitting out in a safe space for 24 hours. After the 24 hours, then you can go ahead and use your bath bomb. So since we still have a lot more material, I'm going to go ahead and make another bath bomb. Okay, and so if you do have any leftover material, you can go ahead and make half a bath bomb. You don't need to make the actual full sphere, just like this. And if you do make half of a bath bomb, you don't want to take it out of its mold until the next day. So for example, this one, I'm just gonna set it in the mold like that for the 24 hours. And once the 24 hours have passed, you can go ahead and take a bath with your relaxing bath bomb.
All right, since we're not out of the woods yet, we're gonna make some hand sanitizer to make at home as well. So in your kits, you're gonna have your isopropyl alcohol, and you're gonna have your aloe vera. And in your aloe vera, we already put some vitamin E and essential oil in there. The vitamin E is really helpful for your skin because alcohol dries your skin a lot. The vitamin E will take care of that. And the essential oil will make it smell good. And I think we got lavender in here. You'll also have a little funnel and two 2-ounce hand sanitizer containers. So at home, you can do this in a bowl or anything. I picked a measuring cup just because there's a little bit of a spout, and you want to be careful because we're going to be pouring in a little funnel, and I know I make a mess very easily. And just a spoon, whatever you can, to mix in here. So we're just going to put everything in together. First, the aloe vera mix. It already smells good. And then your alcohol. So the aloe vera is a gel, so it's a little thicker than the alcohol. So all you want to mix is so that it is all becomes one. And it's going to be a little bit more liquidy than some of the hand sanitizers you see, but that's okay. And it looks like it is already pretty mixed up. So, take the cap off. Get the funnel ready. And the funnel is pretty narrow spout, so you want to go slowly. Otherwise, it'll overflow if you just dump everything all at once. You have about half a cup mixture, so it'll fill up pretty quick. These are about 2-ounce bottles. Looks good. And put the rest in the other one. Okay, so I have my 2 bottles of my mixture, and you just want to make sure that it's really mixed up. You can even shake it up a little bit so it can get together. If you want to make more at home, you could. It's pretty easy to do. The isopropyl alcohol is basically rubbing alcohol, which you can have at home. What you want to make sure is that your hand sanitizer is over 60% for it to be effective. And to do that, it's best if you're going to do a 2/3, 1/3 ratio, 2/3 alcohol, 1/3 aloe vera, to have at least 90% rubbing alcohol. If you have a weaker one, you can look at our instructions and we'll actually have a ratio on how to calculate that and make sure it's correct. But a good rule of thumb you can do is have 90% rubbing alcohol if you're trying to make around a cup of this stuff. And you can use whatever essential oil you want at home, and you can have the vitamin E only if you just want to make sure your hands don't get too dry. And that's how you make your hand sanitizer.
So we hope that you enjoyed making your bath bombs.
And your hand sanitizer. And join us next month on the 4th Wednesday at 3 p.m., April 28th.
And as always, we'd love to thank the Friends of the Library for supporting our program. We'll see you next month.
Goodbye.